One beautiful spring day, a red rose flourished in a forest. As the rose looked around, a fine tree nearby said, "What a beautiful flower! I wish I was that lovely." Another tree said, "Dear fine, do not be sad. We cannot have everything." The rose turned and remarked, "It seems that I am the most beautiful flower in this forest." A sunflower raised his yellow head and asked, "Why do you say that? In this forest there are many beautiful flowers. You are just one of them." The red rose replied, "I see everyone looking at me and admiring me." Then the red rose looked at Cactus and said, "Look at that ugly plant full of thorns." The fine tree said, "Red rose, what kind of talk is this? Who can say what beauty is? You have thorns too." The proud red rose looked angrily at the vine and said, "I thought you had good taste. You do not know what beauty is at all. You cannot compare my thorns to that of the cactus." What a proud flower, thought the trees. The red rose attempted to move its roots away from the cactus, but it could not move. As the days passed, the red rose would look at the cactus and say insulting things like, "This plant is useless. How sorry I am to be his neighbor." The cactus never got upset and even attempted to advise the rose, saying God did not create any form of life without a purpose. Spring passed and the weather became very warm. Life became difficult in the forest as there was no rain. One day the rose saw sparrows stick their bills into the cactus and then fly away, refreshed. This was puzzling, and the red rose asked the fine tree what the birds were doing. The fine tree explained that the birds were getting water from the cactus. "Does it not hurt when they make holes?" asked the rose. "Yes, but the cactus does not like to see the birds suffer," replied the vine. The rose opened its eyes in wonder and exclaimed, "The cactus has water. The sparrow can bring water to you if you ask the cactus for help." The red rose felt too ashamed to ask for water from the cactus, but finally it did ask for help. The cactus kindly agreed. The birds filled their bills with water and watered the rose roots. Thus the rose learned a lesson and never judged anyone by their appearance again.